okay to change. Sometimes you want to do things and you want to have a routine and you want to have some things that you get used to. But in order to have real growth, it has to be something that makes you kind of a little uncomfortable. Okay? So that you can kind of find other things in your life. Okay? So this is what testing is about. This is what the martial arts journey is about. It's about that. It's about change. It's about transition. One of my black belts is testing today after you guys test. Wrote that you have to write an essay. She wrote that, you know, she didn't find martial arts found her. And that's an interesting way to look at it. When you feel that martial arts found you, and you really kind of didn't have a choice in the matter because it's kind of part of you already. Before you even started to do martial arts, you knew that that was going to be a part of your life. Okay? And I always knew as a young person, when I was very, very young, I always knew that martial arts was going to be a part of my life. Always. I could tell. I grew up feeling that it was a natural part, it was a natural extension of me. And I was around when Bruce Lee was around. So, you know, when I was about 11 years old is when Bruce Lee died. Okay, so I kind of knew about Bruce Lee. We were doing nunchucks, we were making our own nunchucks. We were doing karate, you know, kung fu and martial arts on the streets. We were practicing on trees. Because there weren't a lot of martial arts schools. And my parents didn't have a lot of money to put me in a martial arts school, so we had to make up our own way of training. But we wanted to be martial artists. We wanted to learn it. It was something that we wanted. So, in order for you to grow, you have to want it. Yes?
Sir.
So this is what we're doing today. We're growing. Doesn't mean you don't have to stop being a kid, but you grow. You grow. Okay? You get better. You keep raising your standards. Right?
Sir.
Okay, so spread out. Find a spot. Hard jumping jack.
Sir.
Sir. Lead the stretching, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Neck rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Upper body rotation. 1,
sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Go.
4,
sir.
5,
sir.
6,
sir.
7,
sir.
8,
sir.
Other way.
1, sir.
2,
sir.
3,
sir.
4,
sir.
5,
sir.
6,
sir.
7,
sir.
8,
sir.
Lower body rotation.
Stop. Okay. We're warming up now, so I'm going to give you a little bit of time to wake up and get warmed up. Once we're done with the stretching, we have to kick it into gear. We're testing today, ladies and gentlemen. We're testing. Yes?
Sir.
Okay. So let's get inspired. Okay. Third.
A lower body rotation. Sir. 1,
sir.
2,
sir.
3,
sir.
4,
sir.
5,
sir.
6.
Sir.
Other way. 1,
sir.
2,
sir.
3,
sir.
4,
sir.
5,
sir.
6.
sir. You're it?
Sir.
Fish Master Vargas.
Sir.
Master Vargas, kick and yang.
Sir.
Okay. Everybody show. We want to thank Master Vargas for opening up his school to us and allowing us to have the opportunity to test here. He just kind of opened it up all up for us, and I thank you very much for that, sir. Thank you for having us here today. Carry on, sir.
Trunk twist.
Right.
1,
sir.
2,
sir.
3,
sir.
4,
sir.
5,
sir.
6,
sir.
7,
sir.
8,
sir.
9,
sir.
10.
sir.
Spread your legs apart.
Right.
There. Down to the middle.
Hey.
Sir.
I'm not testing, I'm the loudest one here. You want to jump in? Okay. We're not going to hurt you unless you want us to.
Stage here. Come on in, sir. Why, Mr. Elijah?
Yeah, come on.
To your left. Sir.
Hey.
Your left. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm going to my way.
however many you want, but you're going to be doing more, so this will just be a warm-up.
3. Sir! 1.
What's it?
On your own count, sorry.
Yeah.
When you're finished, come back and down.
Hey! Sir!
Stretch the middle.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. To your right, sir.
Let's try that. See how that works.
Works a little bit at a time. Yeah, we'll have some of my own students coming in, join in. We're not actually testing, but getting a little taste of it because their testing is coming in February. So
Bring him in for butterflies.
a little bit of fun.
You weren't going to try it.
Bounce. Sir. Push down. Sir, right there. Bounce. Sir.
Sounds like we're nervous now.
Push down. Sir. There.
Raise your hand if you're nervous.
She shows the bell.
You know that in everything in life, there's going to be a test. Everything you do in life is a test. And the only way you can get through that test is by opening that door and continue marching, continue walking through it. So just like black belt testing, we think we know it all until we get to black belt, and all of a sudden there's a whole new doorway opening up for us. So, again, it's okay to be nervous, but go through it with a lot of desire, fire inside you. Sir! Get that nervousness out, right?
Sir.
Yeah, we're still a little nervous, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
6 inches out,
Yeah.
nose to your toes. Sir.
I'm counting on them working through and alleviating that by the time they're done with the
I
stretching.
think it's just because they're in a new place. They're just no strange to them. They're all
Yeah.
you're getting tested in a new
One
place.
leg in, one leg out. Sir.
I've been there. Many new places.
Switch.
Hey!
Sir. If you can, try to lift your foot off the floor. If you can, but if you can't, don't. You might hurt it. And if you hurt it, then that probably means no testing. Both legs out. Sir.
Yeah.
And stretch. Shake them out. Sir. And up. Ah!
Sure it?
Sir.
Again.
Yes, I can.
Understands?
Sound like we're ready to fight, Stan. Let's go back to show.
Go back to show. Sir!
Yeah, now we get fight stands. Everybody has to be fired up, ready to go. Hey, fight stands, right?
Sir.
That's the way it's supposed to be. You're the testing. You're supposed to show. Now, the testing is not that, it's not something new. We've had all this. We know our form. We know our kicks. We know our punches. You're here to show your parents how well you've learned all these things to get to the next level. In my eyes, you've already earned that next belt. Okay? In front of your instructor's eyes, you've learned. You've also proven to him that you've earned this level. Now, it's time to show off. It's time to just show it. Okay?
Sir.
Okay?
Sir.
Now, okay, fight stand. Good? Just
Both hands. Switch. Low blocks with those front stances. Switch. 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 Flying stance. I've worked with some of you on some transitions and some chambers and things like that. And then I know when I was working on a couple of things with certain people, coming up on you know, with some martial arts and some boxing training, I kept doing it, you know, like I learned the way they taught me, but then I kept doing it my way. Like I created my own way of doing it. Not to be disrespectful, but it just kind of worked better for me. And then the person just said to me, you know, after watching me a few times, they said, well, you obviously have your own way of doing it. Okay? But as long as you have the general idea of what you're doing, if you interpret it differently, I'm fine with that. But you have to understand what it is that you're doing in order to be able to interpret it in your own style. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sir!
You have to know what the stance is like, and you have to know why the transition is happening. And then if you want to change it and do your cross or whatever, then you're understanding that that's a transition, and you're understanding that that's a chamber. Okay?
Sir!
Okay. Horse riding stance.
Sir!
I always want people to understand what it is that they're doing. I don't like people doing stuff just to do it. I explain to you, every time I do something in class, every time I teach something, every drill that I do, there's a reason for it. You've heard me say that before. There's a reason for it. So you have to know, and I'll explain it to you. I'll explain why you're doing it, so that you understand what the benefit is of doing what I'm asking you to do. Yes, sir?
Sir!
Hold it. Breathe. Breathe. Balance. Breathe. Balance. Technique. Where do you put your weight? On your knees? No. Where are you going to put your weight? On your hips. You find your balance point where the weight is not on anything. Keep your back straight. And your weight is not on your knees. It's on your hips and your thighs. Yes?
Sir!
Straighten up. You better sit down. You do it when I stand up like that. I'll chop your legs off. Come on, I know it hurts. It's supposed to hurt. That's what builds the muscle. That's what makes you strong. Yes, that pain right there is what helps you get better stretches and flexibility to do higher kicks because you can hold them. Not on your knees. If your knees hurt, you're doing it incorrectly. Do not put the pressure on your knees. Up. Swing them out. Shake your legs. Rotate. Switch, switch, switch. Jubi. There isn't much of a break here, ladies and gentlemen. We just move on. Okay? There's no time for pain. We don't have time for that. Okay? Pain is just you know, a little thing that tries to get in your way. Okay? It's not something that should stop you. Inwards, Jumbi.